Hey guys, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. I know this isn't my first video of 2023. I posted my 2022 in review video, but I feel like this is my first official video of 2023 and I'm very excited because I wanted to kind of talk over with you guys my word of the year, my intentions, my prayer for the year, scriptures I really want to focus on, my bucket list, and I'm just so excited to have these brand new fresh goals and thoughts and prayers, and I can't wait to share them with you. So I want to start with just saying Happy New Year. It is 2023. How crazy is that? It's kind of like a sci-fi number, like what they would put in the movies, like flash forward to 2023, except it's actually here. That's so crazy. I know there's like big things happening this year for a lot of people, so just wanted to say Happy New Year. Congratulations, you made it to 2023. Give yourself a round of applause. Alright, so first I want to kind of tell you guys why I chose my word of the year and what word I chose. I actually got this really good idea from my friend Lydia, who told me she puts her word and her prayer and scriptures at the front of her Bible so she can see that and those intentions every time she opens her Bible. This is my Bible, I just have an ESV. So my word for the year, of course, with me being me, I could not just pick one word, so I picked a phrase, kind of. I chose kingdom mindset because I feel like I am so great at worrying so much about the future, my relationships, worldly things, just getting caught up in material things. So I read this quote in a book that I highly recommend called Friendish by Kelly Needham, and the quote was, "We need to live with eternity stamped on our eyeballs," which I thought was a funny quote, but like it's so true. And I really just want to be looking heavenward this year and for all the years to come, but I really want to focus on that this year. And I have a prayer written out and also some scriptures, but I wanted to read you guys the scriptures that I feel that kind of surround this word. Alright, 2 Corinthians 4:16 through 18. So we do not lose heart. Though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. For this light momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison, as we look not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, but the things that are unseen are eternal. So good. Alright, and then I also had Hebrews 12:1 through 2. Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. That's so good. It just like kind of encourages me to keep going, to keep enduring, to keep running this race and running for that prize that Jesus promises us. And then also Hebrews 11:13 through 16. So for context, before this verse in Hebrews, they talk about all the people of faith in the Bible, such as Sarah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Noah. And then it says, verse 13, these all died in faith, not having received the things promised, but having seen them and greeted them from afar, and having acknowledged that they were strangers and exiles on the earth. For people who speak thus make it clear that they are seeking a homeland. If they had been thinking of that land from which they had gone out, they would have had opportunity to return. But as it is, they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared for them a city. It's so good. It's just so good to know that we do have a heavenly home awaiting us and that we can look forward to that and press on to that and have our eyes focused on that. So that's why I chose kingdom mindset. And then the prayer I have to go with that is, Dear Lord, I pray over 2023. I pray that your love and grace will be evident by how I live. I pray that your glory will be shown and given this year more than ever before. Help me to focus on eternity, knowing that you will guide me all the way there. Amen. and I just really want to set my eyes on that and focus on that. I would love to hear what you guys, if you guys picked a word of the year, what that is. Drop it in the comments, and I'm so excited to hear about them. I've already talked with a couple of my friends who have chose words like focus or prayer or peace, and I don't think I've ever chosen a word specifically. I think it was in 2021 I really focused on trust. 2022 didn't really have a word, and I really appreciate and love the idea of choosing a word of the year, or a phrase for me, since I can't choose one word. Okay, now we can move on to my 2023 bucket list. It's really cute. I love the emojis. I picked like a cloud and then a laundry basket. I don't know why, it's just aesthetic, and then a letter with a heart on it. Just so cute. I have, I don't know, probably 17-ish items on here. I will probably continue adding throughout the year because that's just something I do. Even if I know I'm gonna do something, I will still put it on my list just to feel like I completed something. Like there's something I'm going to do today, which is really exciting, and I put it on my list like a couple days ago, knowing I was gonna do it. But you guys will hear about that soon. You'll probably hear about it after it happens, which is like after today. All right, so anyway, I will probably be adding to this, but right now this is the list I have. All right, 2023 bucket list. Number 1 is go on a cruise. I believe we have one scheduled, but I don't know if it's definite, but I just absolutely love cruising. It is so fun. I love the adventure of being on a ship and stopping at different stops, and I haven't gone on one since 2019, and I really miss it. It's really fun, so I have that on there. Next is meet my friend Ava in person. Next is be more confident yet humble. I feel like that's something I may have struggled with a little this year, kind of like using the authority I do have, like with working with children or with just sticking up for myself, or the authority I have in Christ. I feel like sometimes I have a hard time with that, and then also having humility at the same time. So I want to work on that. And then also meet my friend Sammy in person. Both Sammy and Ava live in different states, like halfway across the United States and then all the way across the United States from me, but both of them will be visiting my state at some point, so very excited to hopefully get to meet both of them this year. Next is submit college applications. This freaks me out. I'm already signed up for the ACT and the SAT, stuff like that. It's scary, but I'm really hoping to be able to get that done this year. Next is start a photo book. I have a huge stack of photos literally wrapped with like a rubber band that you get on like asparagus at the store, and I feel like I need a special book for all my photos. I constantly print out photos to put on my, well, you can't see it, my door's open, but I have a little closet door where I have all my just my pictures that I love to look at, and I always have extras and like ones I don't want to put up right now, so I really would like to start a photo book. Next is something that I had on my bucket list last year and I was able to make it happen, so I'm confident that this year I can do it as well, and that's more spontaneous get-togethers. I feel like that is so burned into my mind because I was so focused on it last year. I love just like not having to plan out a specific day or like have a specific plan, but just have people over and just visit and talk and fellowship and just have a good time being with each other and doing whatever comes up. I feel like this is weird. I need to go shut that door. Next is be more compassionate. That was also something I kind of struggled with this year. I don't know, it's something I've struggled with for a while. Compassion is just like tough for me for some reason. I think especially when the person or whatever has an issue that I can't logically work out in my brain and like understand myself, I have a hard time being compassionate, so I want to be able to be compassionate without having to fully understand. Next is hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm not sure if this will happen. I'm almost at 530 and it's been 3 years now since I started my channel, so I'm not really expecting to double in numbers by the end of this year, but it really is a goal of mine, and how amazing would it be to have 1,000 friends on here? Like, you guys are awesome. Next is read 35 books. I know that this is really ambitious. I read 25, actually I read 26 or 27 this past year, and so I was like, wow, I bet I can do better than that, but 10 more books is a lot. I feel like I may hit 30, but 35 is definitely the goal. I feel like that's a good number. I feel like I maybe can complete it. I finished my first book that was 300 pages in the first 3 days of January, so I have hope. Alright, my next bucket list goal is to journal more. I had this on my bucket list last year also. I don't know if I completed this. I have such a hard time sitting down and journaling because literally everything spills out and I'm sitting there for 10 to 15 minutes, what am I saying? Like half an hour at a time journaling, and it takes up a lot of time. But I really do want to just get my thoughts out on the page and just be able to look back on the years when I grow up. Next is go to homeschool prom. I love homeschool prom. I went last year. It was amazing. Like, it was so fun, and I literally already have a dress, so I'm really excited. I really want to be able to go to that this next year. I feel like it's gonna be a blast. Next is interesting. I put down maintain a more generous and selfless heart. I just want to think of myself less. I want to think of Christ more and others more than myself. And I think of about that Bible verse that says treat others the way you want to be treated. And like, we live in such a like a self-care and self-absorbed culture, and I can just kind of see that in myself, like prioritizing me time or like just thinking of myself more than others. And I do not want to do that. I want to focus on God and others more than myself. I am third. Next is have one of the best summers ever. Like, doesn't everyone want this? I felt like my summer last year was okay. There was an issue that I had over the last summer that kind of dampened it, but like it was still amazing. So I'm really hoping for an even better summer this year. I love summer. It's so fun. I'm just hoping that it's a blast and just a lot of bonding time with friends and family. Next is more moments in the sun over the year. This is just really simple, just like having more walks and reading out in the sun, just being outside. I'm definitely an inside person. I'm kind of a hermit. I love my room. My room is like my favorite place on the planet. I can and sometimes do sit in here all day, and so I know it's really important to get vitamin D, and I heard somewhere that 40-minute walks are really good for you. Something about it being over 30 minutes is really beneficial. I took a 40-minute walk yesterday. It was like nothing, so I'm really hoping to do more of those. And then, like I said, reading in the sun, playing with the dogs, jumping on trampoline, stuff like that. That is a goal that I really do want to complete. And then my last one for now, until I add more items to this list, is to curate more of my own style. I feel like right now, and it's okay to have what I have right now, I just have a lot of t-shirts with like church camp names and church events and just random brands and like stuff that isn't really my style. And I think whenever I get some free time, I'm gonna do that thing where you turn around all your hangers, and then every time you take one off, you put it back on as if you've like worn it, or after you've worn it, and then at the end of the year, all the stuff that isn't turned around that you never touched, you can get rid of. And so I'm hoping to do that, and then maybe grab some more thrifted items or just items from the mall that really just reflect my personality and my style, and to just kind of condense what I wear a little bit to some more basics and just stuff more my style. But anyway, that is all my goals right now, my whole bucket list. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope maybe this gave you some bucket list ideas. If you have some more ideas for me, drop them in the comments, because I want to hear all your ideas. I want to add as much to my list as I can feasibly accomplish. So I would love to hear your ideas, and let me know what your word of the year is. And happy 2023. I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Love y'all.